Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, taking a little bit of time to watch the video, much appreciated. And today I got a really good bait modification tip for you. It's been a while since I've done a modification tip, and I'm going to show you guys how I modify my jig trailers to not only catch more bass, but to get more of the bass in that actually bite the thing. I'm going to show you guys what I do to the Zoom Big Salty Chunk, which is my favorite trailer. You can use it on any of your soft plastic trailer. This modification will help out. But okay, real quick before we get started here, just a quick reminder, I've been working on all the fall lake map breakdowns for fishandmoment.com. We got a ton of them out there, guys, for winter, fall, summer, spring. You can check them out. Go to fishandmoment.com, hit the lake map breakdown section. A lot of good resources. Johnny's doing offshore maps. I'm doing shallow water stuff. And also, real quick, just to remind you guys, I'm booking on the water lessons right now for jerkbait fishing. If you guys are interested in going out in the water with me, shoot me a message on my private Facebook, or my private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler, or my Instagram page, Blockett Randy. Much appreciated. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Here it is. This is what I'm going to show you guys, the modification. This is a Zoom Big Salty Chunk, probably my favorite chunk trailer. Started using this a lot about 20 years ago when they quit making pork, when Uncle Josh went out of business. The new Uncle Josh pork, guys, is not that great. Whoever came up with that, they're not making it right. They don't make the right colors. They don't make the right texture with it. I still use the Big Salty Chunk. I use a lot of other trailers, but the Big Salty Chunk is my favorite as far as when I'm fishing a full-size jig. So here, I'm going to show you guys the modification on it. This is the way it comes here. You can see it comes, it's got a fairly thick body on it. Sort of looks like that. First thing I want to do with this thing, and I've worked on this modification just from fishing years and years and years with jigs to try to get the best look. And not only try to get the best look, give me a different look that everyone else is using and increase my efficiency. The problem you have when you hook a jig on the salty chunk like this, and also, guys, always rig it like this. Rig it with the fatty portion down. I see guys rigging it like this a lot of times. That's not the way you rig a jig trailer. So anyway, rig it like this the right way. But the problem you have with this is, see, you've got a lot of bite. You've got a lot of plastic in there in the bite gap. And a lot of times this sort of hangs there. It doesn't look natural. So this is the way it looks like that. Take a look at that. So I'm going to show you guys the first modification here. And then I'm going to hang them side by side. The first thing I do with this is I come on the back side and see all these sharp edges like this, like right here. I'm going to take all those off. I'm simply going to come through and I'm going to cut them off around all sides like that, where it's a lot flatter. I come around all four sides, and the most important part is the front of the chunk right here where your hook goes in. You want that real thin so you get a lot of a bite gap. So when I get done with it, it looks about like this. Here's the difference in the two, as you can see. Thins it out a little bit. Next thing I do with it is, see how the corners here just doesn't look realistic? I'll round these off right here to give them more of a realistic look. A little bit. Sort of like that. So there's, you can see the difference in the two. And finally, I'll split the leg up to the part of the chunk, where it's a little bit open there. So here's the final look on it. I'm going to show you guys the difference. That's the way my jig trailer looks like when I'm done with it. And I'm going to put it up next to one to show you guys the difference here in the two, to show you why I do it. So here's the stock one out of the package if you just put one on. And here's the way that I rig it up here, as you can see there. Not only it's a little bit more compact, it looks more natural. If you turn it on the side there, if you fling it up on the side, you can see the width on the width on the bottom of them is a lot less. And this to me is just the best way to fish the jig trailer on there. By trimming some of this back right here on this part, this also makes it slide up and down a lot easier. Another thing I'll do with this, guys, sometimes I'll put a little bit of fish formula, some type of fish scent on there. I get that hook greased up a little bit because it gets that chunk sliding more freely on there. It looks a lot more natural when it comes to the water. But what this does, not only I think it looks better in the water, to the fish, but it takes a lot of this plastic off the back so they don't have as much meat in the way or mass to get in their mouth, and I just land a lot more fish on there. So just a quick tip, guys, take your Zoom big salty chunks, do a little modifying on them like that. You can do it with about any trailer that you have. Just thin out the unnecessary mass on these trailers. Like I said, it gives you more lifelike action, and that mass reduces the ability, for the fish to get that wadded up in their mouth and not get the hook in their mouth real good. So great time of year to fish jigs right now. I'm gonna be fishing a bunch of jigs coming up here. Give it a try. Let me know how it works. So I'll talk to y'all later.